The stock market saying that the future looks really great, and all of this coming through, as you said, this is an opportunity of a lifetime to bring it down. I love Claudia's phrase, what was it, $1 billion here, $1 billion there, sooner or later it adds up to real money. And it's true. We are really making major progress. We got over 3 years left to really knock it down, and I'm excited. And again, the gift from Jeffries and Schumer to us is enormous.
All right, there you have it. That was Art Laffer, of course. Joining us now, EJ Antoni, Unleash Prosperity Senior Fellow. EJ, welcome back. I mean, really, I know stock markets can change their mind, but you had this unbelievable bull market. Today, we hit more records, as our Jerry Willis was chronicling before at the top of the show. I think it's the stock market is saying the economic path ahead looks good. I think it's also saying part of that good path is strong profits, which is important. Trumponomics, the one big beautiful bill with 100% depreciation, immediate expensing. There's a capital goods boom going on. I'm not saying all is perfect in the economy, but I do think things look good, and I don't think the shutdown, if anything, may open opportunities for restructuring and downsizing of government, which would be bullish as all get out.
Larry, exactly, as you were talking about in your last segment, and as you talked about yesterday with Dr. Laffer too, right? Don't interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake, and they have presented the president with a lot of opportunities here to really cut government, to really rein in spending. All that's tremendous, and I think will help add to the progress they've already made. And if we look at a lot of other data, like some of the comments that are coming in from respondents in the purchasing manager indexes, those different surveys, you see that looking forward into next year, you're expecting more investment because of what you're talking about, a friendlier business environment on the tax side. So yeah, I think things are actually looking up. Look, the stock market's not freaking out. The bond market's not freaking out. Everyone is okay with the shutdown at the end of the day.
If the shutdown were so powerfully negative, we'd see stocks falling. You know, they'd be down several thousand points now. I mean, this is the end of the week. The story's been a week long. The market has done very well all week long. In fact, the market has done very well since early April, all right? It's gone through the tariff issue. We haven't seen any particular tariff inflation. That's one point. Interest rates are beginning to edge down now. The Fed will undoubtedly be cutting their target rate some more. I mean, all the so-called crises have not stopped the stock market because the crises haven't been crises. Because you know what? They'll never give them credit, but the mainstream. Trump has a very pro-growth, business-friendly, which means labor-friendly and worker-friendly policy. And you know, other stuff's going to kick in next year, right? The overtime tax-free and the tips tax-free. Right. I mean, we haven't seen the full extent of this program.
Exactly, and those are all very pro-work, pro-growth incentives that you're talking about. And I think it's really interesting too, Larry, if we look at the last half century of government shutdowns, and we look at, okay, how did the market do? It's basically been flat in almost every single one of those. And if you average it out, it is almost exactly zero, maybe slightly positive. The one big exception was the shutdown we had under Trump 1.0, which I think was 2018 or 2019, right?
2019, 35 days.
What was the market up, like 10% during that time? I mean, it went on a tear.
And the first quarter, we did this last night, we looked it up, the first quarter of 2019, which bore the full brunt of that shutdown, real GDP was up 3.1% at an annual rate. We would take that. Now, last point, affordability is improving. This is from the Unleash Prosperity hotline today. We've got a picture of it. Real median household income is up $1,100 January through June. Look at that chart. Now, everybody keeps telling me there's an affordability crisis. I got a socialist communist running for mayor in New York on affordability. People aren't answering it. But all I'll say is nationwide, it doesn't look to, I mean, it's a hangover from Bidenomics and Bidenflation, but it looks pretty good to me. Affordability is picking up.
Right, Larry, we are absolutely headed in the right direction. What a difference a president can make, right? Now, what's sad is that the progress we've made this year only gets back about a quarter of the losses we saw under Biden. But again, we're not even a year in. We are already fast-tracking the reversal of the Biden legacy, of Bidenomics. And so I think any kind of pessimism that households have right now is, as you said, it's that hangover. It's the fact that they haven't yet made up all the ground that they lost under Biden. But again, we're headed in the right direction, as you could see from that chart.
Yeah, chart's terrific stuff. We could show that chart one more time on the way out, please. Let people see the full improvement in affordability. Here it comes. Look at that. I mean, that's really unmistakable. EJ Antoni, thank you very much. Appreciate it.